Hi, everybody. Oh, we're overlaid. Hold on. We're coming. Sorry. Told you technical difficulties. We're still waiting on Naomi. This, I think, is her first time using StreamYard, so I was hoping she would get in before we started, but she's still working on it. So I figured we would go ahead. Listen, having my live show. Yeah, the hurricane is bearing down, and the landfall is expected exactly where I am. We're about 25 miles inland, so we're not on the coast, and it seems like the biggest threat they're saying is storm surge, so we're not gonna be in danger of that. But we already had a giant tree limb come down on the house. I don't know if you guys saw on Instagram about 3 hours ago, like 12, 13-inch limb decided to come down on the house. So yeah, Elsa is coming. The worst thing is, the peak, I believe, is about 5 to 8 a.m. and I am going to be driving an hour to work in it. So, and I have done that. Yay, Naomi!
Oh, nice. Hi.
Hey, how's everyone doing? I'm so honored.
We're good. So I was just blabbing my mouth about the hurricane while we were waiting on you. Are you on your phone, Naomi?
I am.
Turn it sideways.
Okay.
Look, we're learning.
There you go.
Just like YouTube. Just
Okay.
like YouTube. Perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
Well, you're
Okay,
in Florida.
so now that everybody's here after I'm blabbing about the hurricane, which, yeah, it's kind of whatever, guys.
Nice.
Just hopefully no big trees come down on the house. I'm a born and raised Floridian, so I'm not overly excited.
A walk in the park, yeah.
Yeah, a cat one is not much. So I am going to make these two lovely ladies big. Thank you, Leslie and Naomi. Do you go by Azzy now that I see that? Do you go by Azzy?
Yeah, Naomi's
okay.
my middle name.
So now I've been calling her the wrong name.
Yeah, when you first join online, you know, you don't want to give your real name. So yeah, that's my name.
So she likes you guys. She's telling you her real name.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let these ladies be big. I'll probably skip Julian because he just like nods and scratches his beard. And
I do have that today. So.
He has his beard scratcher ready.
Yeah.
So I will make Leslie big first, and then we'll let Azzy be big and introduce themselves. Both of them do have a YouTube channel. The links are down below. I don't see Richard in the chat tonight, who is normally my main mod dropping links. So if I have any other moderators that can do that, I would appreciate it. If not, I have links and I will attempt to do that as well. So let me go ahead and make Miss Leslie big.
Hey, oh, I love it. Wait, I'm going to start doing this special stuff for my lives. Hey, everyone. My name is Leslie, and I'm better known as a Reseller's Passion. I do host a YouTube channel. I have a podcast as well, Reseller's Passion. I am on Instagram with a growing community that I love so much. I see so many of my friends here. Hello, hello. I have a couple ebooks. I have a couple courses. I have a big following on Clubhouse. I'm just having fun, and I'm so happy to be here. I'm honored, I'm privileged, and thank you so much for allowing me this space today.
You are very, very welcome. All right, now let's let Miss Azzy go. And I see Jennifer in there. I hope Jennifer will be here the whole chat. Otherwise, I will attempt to throw up these links, guys. Here's Azzy. Yeah, Jennifer's dropping links. Jennifer, I love you so much. Thank you so much for helping me. All right, Azzy, you're big.
Hey, everyone. I am just so honored. Thank you guys so much for featuring me. And I'm next to Leslie. I mean, no pressure. But I am, I guess, in your eyes, like a smaller reseller. I'm a full-time reseller, mom, faith-based business owner. And I am just happy to be with these amazing minds in the reseller world. And I hope to add some of my twists and encouragement for others going full-time that are moms that are just looking for a new way to bring in money and still do it where they can be with their family. So I'm just honored, and you guys can follow me at Instagram as well at soulful with 2 L's _chic.
Okay. I know it's awkward sometimes being big. A lot of people are like, no, don't do that. I don't even know myself. Yeah, you're like right there. We had somebody join at the beginning, and I don't know if she's in the chat, but we also just had Rachel Clark join. So I'm going to give her a dolphin for joining the channel membership real quick.
Welcome to the flipping family.
Hey, thank you, Rachel. All right, let me see. If you guys have questions, definitely put them in the chat. Again, hopefully everything is good with Richard because I have not heard from him.
Yeah.
So hopefully he is all good. We are okay. Besides the limb down, but the limb did not damage the house, and it is cut off of the house now, so we are okay. Hello, Johnny. I am going to be on Johnny's live show Monday. So a week from yesterday, I'll be on Johnny's live show if you guys don't watch him, just FYI. And I'm glad a couple of pickers are coming back tomorrow night with their live show. They've been gone for a while.
Yeah.
I normally hop on their live every Wednesday night on my drive home from work. And I go live. I only talk. You can't see me, but I go live on there. So they are back. And thank you, everybody, for being here. We got 156 in the chat. So definitely hit the thumbs up, guys. And if you have questions, ask them. Southern Mom, that is awesome. Plates and cups for $80, paid $7.99.
Good stuff.
That is great. Yeah, the plates, I shipped out a $60 plate today. Like the single plates, I am all about the breakables. And I know a lot of people don't like them, but you can make a lot of money on them for sure. Yes, Julian and his stick. That is the new thing. Julian just scratches his beard with his stick.
This is for sale. It's very expensive, by the way. Very expensive.
Jennifer, I did not see your links till after I copied them, and I'm not good at it. So I'm glad you're on it because I am not great at it. I see Tommy Tommy is here. I saw Dominic, and now I can't find his comment to highlight. Okay, Krause House Sift and Thrift always has good questions. And ladies, so you know, I normally say this behind stage, but I'll go ahead and say it now. We normally go kind of in clockwise. So with the questions, Leslie would go, then Azzy, then Julian, then me. Just so we don't like talk over each other. I found we started doing that a few weeks ago, and it has minimized our talking over each other unless it's a question for that specific person. Okay, so Krause House Sift and Thrift wants to know, what do you have your ship time set to on eBay? Same day, 2-day, or what do you set it to?
Well, mine is set for 3-day, and that's because I sell on several platforms, and they're also 3-day. So I just stay consistent across the board with those. But I ship usually next day.
Over deliver, right?
Yes.
Hey, better be over than under, right?
That's right.
Amen. Amen. Yes. I know for me, I do 2-day. I used to have 1 day on, but with the toddler guys and daycare, sometimes it gets a little crazy. So just to give myself room, kind of like Leslie, I do a 2-day. But again, I try to ship daily or every other day.
I have mine on next day.
And mine's on next day as well. And actually, like Brad was asking with like the storm coming, if we could switch it. And I think I could, but like the 3 orders that have already come in are required to be shipped tomorrow already. So that would kind of, at this point, it would defeat the purpose. I think like if we had like a 4 or 5 heading for us, I probably would switch it out to like 3 or 4 day, just to, you know, get that. Yes. North Carolina to New York City isn't super bad because of the fact that it is on the same coast. At least I found most of the time on the same coast isn't like as horrible. So hopefully they will get there safely. What did I have to ship today? Oh, a Murano flower, but it was 21 inches. I pack a lot of breakables, but that was pretty difficult to ship. I was like, it didn't go into anything I ended up double stacking 2 shoe boxes. The USPS shoe boxes is what I did. Gigi baby, thank you so much for the super chat. I'll give you nothing. Whoa, I gave it into
Super chat.
I was getting too excited there. I like double clicked it. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, that's awesome. $2 sold for $275.
Whoa.
Wow.
Tell us what it was that it sold.
Yeah, what was it?
Yeah, we need to know now.
Yes, we're all going to be looking for that logo.
Whoa, now there's stuff landing on my head. If I'm crazy, there's a fly in here, guys. I'm not insane.
No, I have one too.
Hallucinations. When you promote a listing, how long is that effective for? They just gave me access to do the promotion option.
Oh, is that
I think anyone really. I don't know if you guys promote.
on occasion, and I don't know how long the option is. So
Right.
my
Same.
my
I
store is
do
pretty
that.
active, so I don't have a whole lot of promoted listings.
Yep, I'm with that. I have no
Julie,
idea.
okay, so I promote everything. I promote heavy. I think everybody knows that just because I have so many 3,000 listings and I want to get more sales. I think the default, Rachel, is that it's infinite, just like your listings are, but you can set up campaigns that only run for a week or 2 weeks or a month. But the default is going to be that it runs forever because that's what eBay obviously wants you to do because they want to get the most money they can. But just so you guys know too, if you promote something and you end the promotion, they still will take the promotion fee for 30 days after that if the person clicked on it while you were running promoted. So keep that in mind for sure. Yeah, I believe so. If there's any natural disasters, I think eBay automatically will give you like leniency if you're in the area of the storm. So that is good. Yeah, so Treasures Abound says they got hit by Michael and they removed the dings. So that is good to know for sure. Bruce wants to know if we use dimensional weight or actual weight on larger boxes.
Well, I personally don't ship a lot of large items, so anything over a poly mailer is going to go into a medium, large, or padded flat rate, and occasionally shoe boxes, depending on what it is.
I typically
Zazzy
use
frozen?
dimensional. I will wait if it's something.
Oh, there she is.
Oh, can you see me?
It's really hard to
frozen?
hear you, Azzy. Sorry, let me put it. You're really, really low. I don't know. Sometimes, I don't know if you have headphones. Like sometimes I use like the little wired headphones and it makes it a lot easier to hear because you're like at a whisper sound.
And she's
she's gone.
Yeah, she was freezing up as well.
I'm
so
not gonna
hopefully
lie.
she will come back.
I don't know what dimensional weight is. I use
That's
actual
pirate
weight.
ship, Julian. The cubic.
No.
Okay. Well, I will tell you this: if it's going across the coast, anything past like Kansas, and it's short and short. If it's small and doesn't fit in a padded flat rate or something like that, I might use dimensional weight to get a better deal. But most of the time, it's actual weight because if it doesn't fit in a flat rate box, then it's usually pretty big.
So you guys know I do big stuff, a lot of big stuff, and with big stuff, you were never going to be better to do dimensional. It's going to be weight because like your measurements are going to charge you. It would like if you use pirate ship with big dimensions, it would just revert back to the weight anyways, so it wouldn't even calculate the dimensions. But with the bigger stuff, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be cheaper to go FedEx or UPS and versus doing USPS. But the cool thing is I noticed on eBay's like bulk shipping page now, you can actually choose FedEx and it will print it out with all of your USPS labels. That just started like last week.
Nice. That's
so
different.
you can compare really easy if you do have big stuff and print it from the same place.
That's amazing. So how often, Kat, do you have to fashion boxes? Is that something you're professional
A
at?
lot. I had to do it 3 times today and I wanted to pull my hair out. But typically the stuff that I have to make boxes for, I'm making a bigger profit 9 times out of 10, not all the time. I had a 16 by 14 like watercolor print today that I had to make a box for. And then that long flower thing I had to make a box for. But we did we shipped out 2 antique steamer trunks and those took like 2 big boxes plus more cardboard added to make boxes for those. But
whatever happened to the one that was getting sent back?
It was delivered. So it came all the way back to Florida and then went back and was delivered. And the weird thing is, and the customer actually brought it to my attention and they were very patient and they left me positive feedback, even though their steamer trunk traveled the country before it got to them, it was a FedEx label, but it was USPS tracking. And I think it might be a new thing eBay's doing like in conjunction because the FedEx was the cheapest, but it was a USPS label. Like it was weird. It was weird. It must be some new option they have. I'm not sure what, but there's a new one. Flipping over 2021, do you answer all the eBay questions for your items? I feel like they add more and more.
Only the required.
I think they mean if people message you.
So when people message
or maybe
you,
they do mean. No, maybe they do mean. Well, let's answer both.
Yes, so definitely required. And it just depends on what it is for recommended. But definitely all the required. I don't want to get dinged on that. And if someone sends me a message, I do respond. I try to put as much detail in the description as possible, but I respond to all messages across all my platforms.
Azzy, I know you just got back. not to put you on this.
I'm having some interference. Can you hear me better?
Yeah, that's, I think, the universal problem with everybody, unfortunately, is the darn internet. They want to know, do you answer eBay questions, either your specifics, and then if people message you, do you answer them?
Okay, so typically I do. I know a lot of people, can you hear me? Sounding better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, it's been staticky. I don't know what is storming here in Texas. It's crazy right now. Typically I do answer questions. Unpopular opinion. I know people go ghost on you, but I've had a lot of really good conversations, especially on my other platform as well, where people do like to hear the answers, and I'll even use it to send a offer as well sometimes. You can do it direct in message.
Yeah, I like
so it
that.
usually gets them to kind of move on a buy.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I do the required. I do not do the recommended thingamajiggies. If they flag me one that's red, I'm like, I got to fill that one out. And so I do that one. And then if anybody asks me a question, I'm usually pretty fast on responding to that question unless it's absolutely ridiculous. Like if it's junk, I'm not responding to you. And I will mark that as answered on my homepage dashboard. So
I've been getting a lot of people asking the size on multi-size quantity from when I bought QVC pallets. So it's like they can choose 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And they ask me what size. And I do not answer those questions because there's a drop down and they can choose their size. And I just feel like it's a waste of time. And I'll answer a couple of times, but if it's repeated and people keep asking, I'm like, I don't want them to buy from me, because in my experience, those are the ones that are going to complain about something. They're going to return it. And if you have to ask me 20 questions about a $10 item before you buy it, I'm good with you not buying it. And, and as far as the recommended and required, I always do the required, obviously, because we have to, or they're going to pull it down at some point. And the recommended, I try to copy, like sell similar to the closest item I can. And if it's somebody that did a good listing, most of those are probably going to be filled out for me.
Good.
And I don't have to do it. So I wanted to put this up because Tiffany said Mary Englebright stuff is selling really fast. She picked up a planner for $6 and sold in less than 24 hours for $60, which is crazy.
I don't know.
Listen, lady, they're real. The flies are real.
Are they? Are they, Kat?
I'm with you, Kat. I have one over here, and then I have my ring light, so it keeps like, oh, I can't go into the ring light, but a real person's there, so let me get into her.
Like avoiding. Hello, Trina.
I had one that stuck in the door. I caught it trying to get in.
How many items can you start off selling without a store? I'm going to let everybody answer because I think we might all answer this differently.
100. I mean, it's been a long time. 100, 150.
250. Yeah.
Julian's going to say, what they said.
250 is the basic store. So 100.
Yeah, I started off pretty quick with a store. So I think, I don't know, but even with the store, if you're starting off, you're still going to be restricted in some items. Like I tried to do a whole bunch of electronics right off the bat. They blocked it. They said you could only do so many. Yeah. But I have no idea. Somebody just said 250 in the chat. I don't know if that's true, but
I'm gonna say this: you never have to have a store.
Yeah.
You never have to have a store. Yeah. That is an option. You can sell 5,000 items. I know Pete, Craigslist Hunter, does not have a store. No. But it's beneficial to you to get a store, I believe, after that 250 item mark, because then you get 250 items free and then you're paying per listing and it would be cheaper for you to get a store. But you don't have to get it at any point. It's just it saves you money to get the actual store. True. Listen, you guys are rocking it on the memberships tonight. I'm going to give you another dolphin. Thank you, Debbie. I look forward to seeing.
Welcome to the flipping family.
Yeah, see, thank you. Couple of Pickers runs their promoted listings like I run my sales. They only let their promoted listings go 2 days and then 3 days. So they do it the same way I do my sales, which might be a good idea. Promotion fee is promotion fee is not a daily fee. You only get charged a promotion fee if it sells promoted. Yeah. So you can have it on promoted forever and then it might still even sell not promoted and you would never pay that fee. Dagny, do you still hear Gremlin eating something?
Somebody said it was a chipmunk. I agree with the chipmunk.
Chipmunk.
Is it gone?
I don't hear it. Yeah, it's gone. I don't hear it.
I have a little bit of, but that's my service might be. I can hear you guys.
I'm hunting questions. Does anyone ship international standard shipping?
No, I ship it and let them deal with it on the other end.
So you do global shipping program?
I do global shipping. One of the best things they ever came up with.
Yep.
Just peace of mind that way.
I do both. I do international standard for $50 and less items because I think the international people are more likely to buy it because it's cheaper. And typically, if it's $50, I probably paid $5, maybe $10 for it. So if I get held responsible, I'm not out much. They do, I will say, for standard international, it's actually a third-party company. I found this out because I had an issue. And you have to file a claim and fill out this big form. And I ended up saying it wasn't worth it. And I didn't fill it out just because I didn't want to deal with it. But they do have protection. It's just not built in automatic like the global shipping. So I just do for $50 or less. And then I go to global for anything over $50. Yes. Yeah, if you have to Frankenbox and make these crazy boxes, make it worth it. Don't do that for a $10 profit, guys. Make it $50 or more. Okay. I will say before I read this, I do not know the answer to this question, so I don't know if any of you do. Can you schedule FedEx to pick up orders from your home, or do you have to drop off orders at their store?
I will say you have to drop off orders at their store. My husband has sold on eBay for many years, and he was going to FedEx almost every day. That's my answer.
Yeah, I would have to call and check. I know UPS does the delivery to the door pickup, but not sure about FedEx. You might have
I'm going to go with them.
Julian's like, I'm just here to sit here.
I drop mine off.
You drop it off, right?
Yeah, I dropped mine off. I think I tried once and it was like I kept getting sent to other like messages and push this and push that. So I see Tommy saying called SurePost, UPS, and FedEx. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll see what else. First Stop and Shop Kathy says, Julian, I bought today and never been open Mickey Mouse classic golf tees and a golf ball. Do you think they're worth anything or worth listing?
No, I would definitely list those. I just sold something from like a 1998 Chrysler Classic watch and golf ball from like Greenville, South Carolina. Weirdest thing, went for $45. So definitely sell that.
Do you think they should list it high since they can't find any other comps, or would you recommend auction?
Absolutely. I always list things high or at auction, so high, then the market will tell me how much it costs.
River Hills Vintage, someone from China sent me an offer. I don't do international. If I had accepted, would I have to ship to China? If you do not have global shipping program on and you accepted it, at that point, I would say if you saw their location, eBay would probably require you or ding you if you canceled. I don't know if anybody else knows anything different.
But I would say definitely get on that international shipping, friends. You know, you're losing out on a lot of business.
A lot.
Yeah.
Especially with fashion brands too.
Yeah.
There's Julian sells tons of golf clubs overseas, like a ton.
Australia.
I shipped today. I had 2. I typically will have like 2 to 3 international sales every day. Like, so I'd be missing out on those if I didn't have it on. Teresa says framed and signed prints in different sizes. I'm not sure what to charge for shipping. So I measure them and kind of add like 4 to 6 inches on each side. And I do 6 inches from top to bottom if it's a regular inch. And then you can add a handling fee too. With the art, and I Frankenbox them. And so if it was a 20 by 16, I would put it at like 22 by 24 by 4 to 6 inches. And then I weigh the picture, and I normally will add like 3 pounds for bubble wrap and box, because those can get to be big boxes. The nice thing with the little frames, like the 8 by 10 and 10 by 12, they fit in the free USPS like 1092 and 1096 boxes. You could just bubble wrap them and put them right in those free boxes. So the smaller ones are easy peasy. It's when you get into the bigger ones that you're having fun. But when it's a $300 profit, you know. Did I miss Jessica Lockhart?
It just popped up. Oh, you have tons of new members.
You guys are popping up all over the place. Hold on.
They like the dolphin.
Jessica and flipping over 2021. I'm going to give you both. We're going to do like a double dolphin. Let's do it.
Welcome to the flipping family.
And then my chat skipped. Okay, I'm doing another one. And wait, there it is. Okay.
Welcome to the flipping family.
Thank you both. I appreciate that. We just had our monthly members live for eBay store reviews yesterday. And then we have the sourcing live this Saturday. So what do I do? We do 1 a month for the eBay store reviews, and then we do 2 a month for sourcing. And my live while I'm shipping is whenever I remember it. I try to remember it. Thank you, Tigers, Timeless, and Treasures. We have 250 in the chat, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We greatly appreciate it. I see Hunting with Tripler in here. Not seen. Look, everybody's coming out of the woodworks. I do not. I'm brave. I'm going to let it fly.
You didn't tie anything down? Like nothing?
No.
Like a chair? Nothing?
No.
Just okay. I would at least tie the chair down.
But the chairs you can bring in too, right?
Yeah.
And guys, we will be doing. Where'd he go? Wait. We will be doing the Inaman drawing as promised on my last video at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. And it's a misfit Inaman, which I believe sell for more. Kevin said these things are selling for a lot of money on eBay right now because he ran out. How do you run a sale in your store? So it's under marketing and promotions on your eBay seller hub. And you can, I don't recommend doing it longer than 3 to 5 days. And the thought behind that is if you put it for a month, people are like, oh, I have a month to get that sales price. Where if you do it for 3 to 5 days, there's that urgency to make them buy now. I'm glad the gremlins are gone. Thank you guys for letting us know. The chipmunk. I wonder, hold on. Jessica, I don't know if you have something to write with. I have a video on the Seller Hub on eBay Seller Hub. So if you search Nurse Flipper Seller Hub, I think I walked through it on that video, how to do that sale. Oh, if you take an offer on a promoted, is the charge the final sale or the listed price? I think it's the final sales price that you accept.
Yeah.
It's not like what you had it originally listed. Candace wants to know, can a buyer take away their negative feedback?
I believe so. Yeah. I believe they can change it. Anybody else?
Azzy, we didn't hear you. She's froze again. Oh, she's back. She's cute though and looks very pretty frozen. At least you can still hear me if I can't hear you. That's so great.
I know, and she froze just like that. You just had a new member and then click through there. Yeah, there she is.
Yeah, you can do a revision.
Can you guys hear her?
Nope.
Azzy, we can't hear you now. You're dead. There's no sound.
Yeah.
None.
At all.
You have like
we can't hear you at all.
Yes, a frozen vibe going on.
We can't hear you though. Aw, nothing.
You see, that's how it would be in my.
Maybe it'll work.
I have to be in my bedroom today.
I will say the buyer can take away their negative feedback only if you send them a feedback revision form, and you can holy members. I see like members all across the top of the stream here, guys. I will get lots of dolphins here in a minute.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. I see them. I'm like member. So you can send them the feedback revision, but you get one shot. If they decline that, that's it. So you better make sure you have made them happy. And most times I will ask them if they are willing to change it before I send that form. Because if you send it, then you're not gonna, like, if they don't change it. I had somebody change a negative to a neutral, which I was okay with the feedback revision form, because anything's better than the negative.
Right.
What is a VAT letter? Does anybody know? You might have to tell me what a VAT letter is, Doreen, if nobody up here knows. I don't know what a VAT letter is.
I have no idea.
It's something.
Tell me what it is, Doreen.
Yeah, definitely.
And if one of you guys see it before I do, tell me. Jane wants to know if we know if eBay is sending out $10.99 for sales over $5.99 and 21 or sales in 2022.
I thought they had
They've been doing that for years. And legally you need to report anything even under $599.
Yeah.
We can tell you anything here, but you want to check.
Yeah. It used to be PayPal would send it to you, but I think with managed payments, I feel like eBay's going to send for any sales, I feel like, because now it's all them.
Yep. I agree.
Paul, you can get large tubes for free from USPS. Why are you trying to bum them off Julian?
Because he watches my Instagram and I have millions of them.
I saw your stacks of them.
Stacks and stacks.
Hustlin' Fool, Arizona, I'm going to assume. Do you have a lot of fraud with international?
No, they're verified, all these accounts. Because one thing I learned with eBay, they actually will tell you if some accounts are fraud. So no, I haven't had any issues to date.
As he talks, see if we can hear you. She's frozen. You're back. But no sound.
No sound. Your lips are moving, but I can't understand what you're saying.
Oh, and she's gone.
Oh, no.
Okay.
So a lot of international. I've never, so far, knock on wood, no fraud.
Yeah, I haven't had any fraud with it. I had somebody try to pull what I felt like was a fast one on me on a global shipping and said that a brand new inbox, it was like a dog collar receiver for hunting dogs so they could track them. They said that it was not working. And I said, okay, it has to be like back in the original package, how it came. And they're like, well, we don't have the box. I'm like, well, I'm not taking it back if it's not exactly like I did. And they just disappeared. So, Beth Tillman wants to know, do you use best offer? And if you do you use auto decline or do you just send offers to watchers?
Good question.
All of the above. All of the above, actually. So I do best offer. I use the auto decline. I put in a certain amount that I'll accept or decline. And it says, do you just send offers to watchers? And I do that as well. So all of the above.
I'm going to say the same thing, all of the above. If I don't, I do best offer. I send offers to watchers all the time. And then if I have a decent item that I don't want to take under a certain amount, I will then go ahead and cap that where I don't even want to entertain anything under a certain amount. It would be annoying.
Yeah, I love that feature.
Yeah, that is a good feature.
I used to, and you guys are going to see this every show. We're all going to answer different. And that's why reselling is so nice, because we can each do what we want and you can build your own of what you want to do because it's all personalized. I had it turned on and then I turned it off because sometimes I would get an offer just under, like, say I put it at half, I would get one at like $1 or $2 below half that I could counter and make a sale where it was acceptable to me. So it's kind of like, where do you draw that line? And it takes me 2 seconds to hit decline, which I will do. And if that happens to be something I have for 2 years or something, maybe I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to take it. But my auto decline when I got it might have been really high. I've had it where I've lowered it and they're like, your auto decline is higher than your asking price. And I'm like, oh, because I've lowered it over time. Yeah. So, and when I used to use that feature. Okay, Azzy, talk.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I think
we'll just keep trying it.
I don't know what's going on.
So I use best offer. Don't. Now she's quiet again, though. And then I do send offers to watchers. Yeah, now it's like really quiet again. RV Butterfly. So I'm going to see if I can, let's see if I have any. I'm kind of OCD about it. Okay, I do. I'm going to make myself big to show you guys this. Mm-hmm. So on the eBay app, do you see right here? It says send offers to watchers.
Yep.
So on your eBay app, it pops up and you can do it. I don't want to be big. You can do it on the app individually, or you can mass send them on your eBay, like online, and you can pick like 10%, 5%, whatever percent you want to bulk send out to all of them. And that's what I do if I'm at a computer. Where did this question go? Here's a question for you, Azzy, where if you want to go ahead and answer, if you use best offer, auto decline, or do you just send offers to watchers?
No, that's an excellent question. Can you hear me better? So,
Yes.
okay, good. Everyone went on their screen. Okay, so I definitely turned off best offer. I know it's unpopular, but I was having a little bit of trouble with best offer, but I've been on eBay for like 3 or 4 years, but only reselling for like 2 years. So what I was seeing was a lot more traction when I actually sent an offer directly when people would ask questions. And I saw a lot more people just coming in and buying because I have a lot of fashion items, more so higher end clothing items. And so I do believe when you first start out, you know, a best offer is going to be your best bet. But after experience, I ended up turning mine off. And there's no right answer to that. I mean, everyone's different depending on what you're selling.
Yeah, that's what I was saying when we started. Like, what works for me might not work for you, and what works for you might not work for Leslie, because we all have like our own business. We sell our own type of items.
Right. Exactly.
Some people might get ticked off at the lowball offers, and I actually had a customer accuse me of that because I told them if they kept sending me such low offers, I would block them.
Oh, no.
Because I've been direct with people. I did. And it was another seller. And it was a $400 item, and they sent me a $50 offer. That is 10% of my asking price, and that is rude. To me, it's rude. And I'm like, I'm not pissed, but I'm telling you, it's disrespectful. And if you keep doing it, you're not going to buy anything from me. Like, that's it. And they stopped. I said, you know, especially from another seller, like I could see like that 50-60% mark, but they sent me an offer of 10%, and they were a pottery seller. It was a pottery item, and the last one sold for $500, and they sent me an offer of $50. So you know what? Go somewhere else. I'm not, you know, and I'm like, I'm not mad, but I'm not going to tolerate it, you know, like I'm just not. That's where the auto decline would have kicked them back in that case, you know. But AS wants to know, can you use a PO box when you set up your seller account? I'm not sure. I don't know if any, I have a PO box on my account now because I got it when I got my YouTube channel, just for a little barrier protection there. So my eBay account is a PO box, but I had my street address when I started it. So I'm not sure if you would have to have a physical one or not.
Yeah, I think you, just for verification purposes, you would probably have to start with an address, and then you can, you know, after they verified you for like a few months, you have to make some sales and things like that. And then you can probably slide in there like Kat did and get a PO box.
I know you can set up different accounts too. You have one that actually shows up on the shipping label. I had to update mine. It was a couple of different addresses I had to fill out. And you can set them all the same too, or different. But yeah,
because there's a business one.
Yeah,
I remember that. It's like 4 places I had to go like change that address.
Right.
Lorraine Vasquez, which she has an amazing Instagram, guys. Like, they do a lot of like really cool like vintage stuff. I'm interested to see what everybody says, because I feel like we might get some different answers here.
I don't list a whole lot of holiday items in any of my stores, but I would say do it all year round. Anyway, if you have the storage, list your items and then refresh them. You know, if you have a cross-listing app or a relisting app, or if you sell similar, just update your items. That's it. I think you should sell everything all year round. There shouldn't be just seasonal anyway, but that's just me. I'm going to pass it along.
There you go.
I'm like pointing the wrong way. I'm with Leslie. Definitely sell all year round. Now, I know somebody who was making $100 ornament sales even after Christmas had passed, and she sells a lot of that stuff. So it's never a wrong time, in my opinion, like what she said. It doesn't hurt.
Because I'm sorry.
Raise your prices during the season. Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say I started off as a handmade seller. I've done that all my life, and I still have handmade stores. And as he said, you definitely want to make sure if you're selling one-of-a-kind items that you have them available all the time, because people are going to be afraid that they're going to be gone. So,
Yep, I agree 100%. I do it all year round.
So it's really funny.
other than it's local, I do hold off some of my local sales, like for
Mhm.
big lots of
Mhm.
stuff that I hold for like Facebook Marketplace deals. I do hold that closer to like if we're talking about Christmas time or whatever. But other than that, on eBay, I list Christmas or Halloween, or it doesn't matter. I list it all year round.
So we all had the same answer, which is surprising. I say the same thing. I sold a Christmas stocking last week.
Nice.
Like last
They're
week.
early.
You know, it's July.
They're in the mood.
So-
It's in July. You get it?
Christmas. Yeah, listed all year round. But like Leslie said, you if you don't have the storage, you might not want to source it and pick it up. But if you already have it around, I would list it. There's no reason not to, especially if it's collectible. A lot of people, like if it's a certain collectible, they look for it all year round, or they might have a saved search for it, and it would sell really fast. Sandy, hello, welcome. She's new here. We are glad to help you. Happy.
Figured out. No one has it 100% figured out. Don't worry.
No, and you'll continually, like, you might change your business model as you go, guys. Like,
Constantly.
as you go, just change what works for you. I do not know the answer to that, and I don't think any of us do because we're not the government.
Their dollar's different. Yeah. They have a whole different dollar structure.
Yep.
Dee Dee, I want to say global shipping program is not available to all sellers. So if it's not available, you might want to just do standard international and maybe not do those higher cost items unless you only paid a little. In that case, it would be kind of a risk reward thing, I think, you know, whether you're willing to take that chance sending it out. But not everybody has global shipping. I think the majority of people do, but not everyone. Marcia say, well, but Marcia, the thing is, so even if GSP repacks it, as long as you make it to Kentucky, your responsibility is done. If it breaks after it leaves Kentucky, they, like, it's easy peasy. Like, they will cover it. You do not have to pay it. You do have to wait 3 days, and eBay is tricky. They will try and make you give that refund, but don't, because it is their responsibility. Just remember that. Okay, I got the two. Whoa, I just jumped. I jumped. If you ask the question and you don't see it, then ask it again. This is from over on Facebook. This is from Ashley. I try looking in online selling, but don't really have the time. Do you have any advice to get the best prices at vendor shows? So I don't know. Do you understand what she's asking, Leslie?
Yeah, I think she wants to know in terms of the prices that basically she should charge. And I was going to say, I know all about vendor shows because I did all that before I was a reseller. And I was actually about to talk about that in the channel this week, pop-up shops and things. So what you need to do, just like anything, you need to know your market. You need to know who your competition is, you know, what the event, the venue, because if you go to a venue and it's $150, you know, your pricing needs to be a little bit higher to cover that cost. If you're just going to like a little, you know, Christmas pop-up or something and it's $20, just really think about, you know, what your cost is and try to, you know, ask the host questions because they've probably done this before. Don't just go to a vendor event. I would say start off small also. Don't jump right into the big events. That's going to hurt you because you have to think about everything else you need to bring in terms of setup and all of that. Hopefully that's the answer, the question that you're asking me, but definitely find out who your competition is in terms of what you're selling. So if you're the only person selling vintage teas, then you got it, you know, but you don't want to get there and 25 people are next to you selling vintage teas, you know, or whatever it is that you're selling. So just definitely, you know, find out from the people who are hosting the event, what type of event, how long they've been doing it, what they think the price is going to be, you know, what kind of money you could make, especially if they're willing to give that information, and they should be because they do want vendors. And then you're going to spread the word to your community about the event. Hopefully that helped you. Ashley.
Yeah, so Ashley, I haven't done anything other than a flea market vendor. I knew keeping my cost of goods low was really helpful and flexible for me. You know, in the end, if you don't want to take anything home with you, you know, keep that in mind. What is the lowest you're going to go? But But do start off higher, not higher, but like you said, do your research on what other vendors are doing, because that can really change everything. But I'm sure she has way more experience selling that. But.
Yeah, my husband's, he's a flea market seller. He's been doing it for over 30 years. That just tells you how old he is compared to me. And he just wrote an ebook, and he was doing that when I met him. So, and we're in a new state, and he's like, oh, I gotta find me a flea market, but he's supposed to be retired. So, but he's been doing it, and it's just, flea markets are different too, because that's just like, I'm not throwing out platforms. So that's like having a higher end platform and a lower end. To me, I would consider eBay lower end, but in people's mind, they think eBay is lower end because you can sell just about anything. So keep in mind, the audience for a flea market is going to be different from a vendor showcase, because flea markets, they're coming for a bargain. That's where we do a lot of sourcing at flea markets. We want to find the best bargain. So you want to make sure it's well worth it for you. It's a great start, but as he said, make sure your prices are ready for a flea market. Don't come with like, $50, $60, whatever. And people are going like, I want a $5 shirt, that I can get on the ground and dig for. That's the truth,
Yeah, no. I agree.
$20 was like a curse word, like $20. So you got to be ready. But there's a lot of higher end vendors too. I just wanted to share that.
Julian's pointing. I think Julian and I both will defer to the ladies, because neither one of us, we don't do vendor shows. So I'm glad the ladies are here and could answer that for you.
Plus, it's a lot of work, Ashley. So think about that too.
Because preparation, right, for a show.
I'm assuming tables. You need like an assistant. Please don't do it by yourself. So really think about it. And again, a small like church event would be a great way to start. And that way you can decide, do I want to do this every week? You go to your church, $2, you set up the table, and you can decide from there.
Like 6 a.m.
And I'm assuming you mean you don't have enough time like for listing and shipping daily. That's why you wouldn't want to do online. That's why you're saying the vendor shows. Rebecca, no, my niece is not helping list anymore. She told me she would come on Tuesdays. Today is Tuesday. She did not come, which I kind of expected. There are a couple of companies or apps that help you list. I will tell you, I would not trust anyone to do my listing that I have not personally trained, that don't have my items in their hands. That's how I feel. I do know a couple of people that use, I think, Sellhound. I think a couple of people that I know use it, but if I'm taking the pictures to send to them to list my item, I feel like I might as well just go ahead and list it myself.
I don't pay. I've never paid anyone to list for me. And I have several platforms that I sell on. So, I'm good.
Thank you, Chandra. I appreciate that. Thank you, everybody, too, for my video yesterday. I got more comments than I think I've ever gotten on any video supporting me for going part-time and going full-time reselling. So I do appreciate all the support on that. It starts in 2 weeks. I've not started yet. 2 weeks. It starts on Dalton's birthday weekend, which is perfect timing. And it'll be a little bit of adjustment, but I don't feel like it'll be much because I already put in so much time to get to where I've gotten. I just have to figure out how I'm gonna do it.
Well, congratulations.
It better not have been Dave. It better not have been Julian.
Could have been me. I've bought stuff from your store before.
It might have been a couple of pickers, though. I could see them doing that. And that's okay. If you want to send lowball offers and you don't think it's rude, then do it. But I think it's rude to send a 10% offer. 50% is kind of on the border.
Oh my gosh.
10% is horrible. A couple of pickers tell me they do it. I do not believe so, Kathy. I don't think you can take it off. So that's where that P.O. box comes in handy. And I use my P.O. box for all my returns too, because those people might be ticked off or something.
Because also, if your package gets lost or something, someone needs to be able to get it back to you. That's the whole purpose of the return address. It's not for your customer. It's for just in case it gets lost somewhere.
Oh, it's almost time for the drawing too, guys. Ooh, Southern Chick finds, thank you so much. So her sell-through rate from when I did a eBay store review from a month later doubled 50%.
Nice.
She doubled how much she was selling. And it's simple stuff, guys. It's really not hard. There were so many people last night. I looked through all these stores and they were all good. And I'm like, you guys are listening to me. Like there was nothing to tell them. I was like having to really look to nitpick to find something for them to improve, which is awesome. And everybody's sell-through rates are going through. So yeah, so I'm glad too. And Southern Chick Finds won my new reseller package I gave away too, with some tape and all kinds of things.
Yes.
I am gonna share my screen, guys. I'm gonna share my screen and we're gonna go ahead and do the N-Man giveaway. And you do have to be present. So if I pick a winner and they're not in the chat, somebody else will be drawn. So if you guys can watch the YouTube chat for me and tell me if you see them, that would be amazing. All right, here we go. So I already, wait, let me make it full screen. Okay, okay, now it's just that. Okay, so you guys watch the YouTube chat and tell me. So this is the video link. N-Man is here. So I'm going to get the YouTube comments. And there are 70 comments. So you have to be here. We're going to pick the winner, guys. Hit start.
Okay.
Janet Dwyer. Hopefully you are here. So Janet Dwyer. I love the N-Man. I can relate to your decision going part-time. My decision was quit working entirely. Retire is still scary. Put off retiring because of insurance. So hopefully I'm going to go back, guys. I'm going to pull this out. Wait, go away. Tell me if you see Janet Dwyer in the chat. If not, we will pick another winner. Because I did say they had to be present to win. So I will watch for questions. We'll give Janet 5 minutes.
I want to say hello to Samantha Andrews. She says, hi, Reseller's Passion. I met her at a Passion Coffee last year. Hello, friend. How are you doing?
Well, I'll say hi. Yes,
there.
that's
I think I see her.
Janet is here.
Yeah, she's here.
Okay, Janet.
Where's her?
Janet's here. Janet's here. Everybody says Janet's here. Janet, this N-Man is yours. Message me on Instagram. Yay, Janet. Woohoo. Well, there's only one, and Janet just won it. So now it doesn't matter who's here. I mean, it does matter. That sounded horrible. I'm glad you're all here. Oh, my gosh. Let me just be quiet for a minute. So Janet wins the N-Man.
Everybody's here, but Janet.
I'm just going to stop talking. Listen, Chris. Yes, Dave, I am a pretend nurse now. No, that's you because you work at a desk.
Said a pretend nurse.
Oh, okay. Anyways, Dave's a nurse as well, but he's a desk nurse. So he's the pretend nurse.
Okay. Hey,
I'm just kidding.
Nurses do all the work. The doctors just catch or whatever. Nurses do all the prep work.
The nice ones are the ones that realize it. And some of them do and some of them don't. You know? Samantha, listen, and I know you're not saying your mom's name, and I do know who your mom is because I've worked with her the whole 10 years I've been at Shan's. I'm still going 2 days a week, and I haven't seen her in a while because we get sent all over the place. So her mom works in the same department I do as a staffing, where we go fill in wherever they're short. And it's funny because she started watching me and she's like, oh my gosh, you work with my mom. She didn't know.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I don't see her very often anyways, so she probably won't even know. Look, see those little suckers? I know, I will block y'all.
Will now.
Don't think I won't. I will block you so fast. I will block you.
I'm a pretend nurse, Gabby says. Right. Baby.
We're all real nurses. I thought about going to like the office end of it, but I still could, like doing chart reviews and audits. I think that's part of what Dave does. But I like my patients. I love them. I just don't want to be there as much. I would rather be at home, you know.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm getting into all the me's. Me's. So message me. Listen, Kevin wanted to win his own N-Man. He entered the drawing. You spell N-Man E-N-E-M-A-N. Look, there he is. I told you Kevin wanted to win his own Inaman. Kevin gave me this Inaman while we were in Ohio at the Reseller rally in Cincinnati.
I still don't have one.
Yes. Michelle, it was on yesterday's video. I had people comment and told them they had to be in the live show in order to win. So I'm sorry. I do have another Inaman, but he belongs to me. And I'm not giving him away. He's got to go back on my shelf. When I did the video for the giveaway, I didn't have the real giveaway one in here. And I'm like, I'm just going to show my Inaman, even though, you know, they're twins unless you turn them around. That's a misfit one. I'm so confused. Oh, there she. Look, you all say you're here, but she is the winner. Because it's driving me bonkers. Did who say Janet's son? I'm so confused. Hold on.
What?
What do you mean, Dan? Oh, it's quiet. My AC. I have to lower my talking because my AC goes on and I feel like I have to talk loud and then it goes off and then I'm screaming.
Screaming at us.
Janet, I got you for sure.
Poor Janet. Philly Flipper in the house. Hey from Philly. That's my home
Paul,
city.
our doorman is off tonight. So that's how Kevin slipped into the chat tonight. Our doorman's off. So we don't have security tonight. Yeah, I don't know what I think about the whole store thing, Hip Hop Thrifter, because for me, I feel like that would tie me down to being in one place 5 days a week. And I like to go and source and do my auctions and go pick up. And it's so hard to let go of that control and trust somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I would like having I'd be one of those stores that people drive by and be like, man, they're never open. And we have one like that in my town, and it's a thrift store. And they're open like 1 of 10 times I drive by there. They're like, never open, never open. That would be me if I had a store. And then it'd be like, why do you have a store? You know?
Yeah, it's never going to happen. I'll be 52 in a couple weeks, and I'm like, I'm home. If it doesn't fit in my house, I won't do it. So all my storage is in here. No storage space, no going anywhere else. That's it.
Okay, if you guys hear of drawings or, you know, the ones where you tag everybody on Instagram, tag Kevin because he says he never wins anything. So enter Kevin in all of the drawings. Jessica, the drawing, I know I already said this, but I'll say it one more time. It was commenting on my video from yesterday, and then we did the drawing live tonight. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Oh, but that won't help. Never mind. I might do another one next week. That's funny. my email is thenurseflipper@yahoo.com, so it's very easy.
Gosh.
Yeah, Samantha, we're doing the same thing, but we float around to different places because normally they'll only get like one of us, so we like rarely see each other unless it's like walking in the hospital or working out. Keep looking, Chandra. Yes. All moms are nurses. That is very true.
Indeed.
They are.
Yes.
It is very, very true.
I was just nursing this this weekend.
Candy says, so nothing on how slow it is right now. I'm going to assume she means sales, so I'd like everybody to kind of answer and give their input on this. I've been racking my brain trying to figure it out.
So I sell on multiple platforms, so I don't consider myself slow because I have other things going on. And then I do other stuff besides reselling, like the podcast and YouTube and all those. So I have income coming in, so I include that. So I'm not slow. I would say refresh, add some new items, think about selling some different things. If you're selling clothes, get into some hard goods. Seems to be the great crowd for that. I'm seeing so many people. But that's the best I can do for you, friend. Candy.
Candy, I feel you. So yes, like with Leslie, I don't have the all of those income streams. That's amazing, by the way. I do also have Poshmark, and I always say Poshmark is bae. No shade to eBay, but Leslie's like, I don't know.
Etsy's my bae, so
Okay,
Etsy's my bae. So
See, and that's the thing too, guys. You see, like our main biggest platforms are all different.
All different. So I would say with eBay, running that sale has been great. When I let items, I do at 30 days, I try to sell similar everything. So I try to catch it before the 30-day mark, but I've been kind of on the 31. It'll go back to like 30 days again, and you'll see it pop up to the top. So I've been selling similar everything. And like she said, refreshing new items, trying to put 5 to 10 items a day has really been helpful. And eBay actually has picked up a lot this last week. So I think it's just, letting some of those hard goods come in as well. It brings new eyes to your store. You have people that wouldn't normally look at your store looking. Electronics as well, if you can get your hands on them. So for the summer.
I would say mine has been extremely slow in the last 7 days. It has been less than 50% of what I usually do, but I'm very consistent. I don't let it really get me down, so I still continue to do 30 listings or 25 listings a day, and today it's starting to go back up like it usually does. So it's one of those things that you're going to have your slow weeks. You're going to have your slow, couple of days, and you can really get in your brain because when you have usually 300 or whatever and you go down to like 40 for a couple of days, it's like, man, what can I do? Just do the same thing that you're doing. As long as you're consistent, it will equal itself out.
Julian, do you do this full time?
I do. Yep. This is like and I used to do like different platforms, and I probably will get onto that when it comes fourth quarter. eBay, I was super fast on eBay for like the last couple of months because of golf clubs. And if I listed them on Macari and all the other things, they were selling faster on eBay than I could take them off of those other things. So I stopped cross posting. But, I'll get into cross-posting again the next couple of months. But I'm just going to go ahead and continue to be consistent on eBay, and it will come back. I know it will. It's just one of those things. But don't let it get you down because it will mess with your brain.
Yeah, don't let it get you down.
It will.
Yeah.
It will. And like Candy, I don't know how many listings you have, but like even like Julian's over 2,000, I think. Are you over 2,000 now?
I just hit 1,700 today.
Okay, so he's at 1,700. I have 3,100 listings, and it's slow sometimes. Like that's just what happens. And it like last month was horrible for me, and I'm back up. Like Julian was saying, keep the consistent listings. You just have to keep putting the time in. And for me, I've had the weirdest trend over the last week, and I've talked about it. I'll do and my average is typically $250 in sales a day on eBay, plus my other platform sales. And I'm either getting $100 or less or more. Like it literally is like up, down every other day. So I'm like, okay, it's slow today. I'm going to sell a lot tomorrow. So, you're going to have it. Just keep putting the work in, and you just and mine, I will tell you, is up 20% over last month. So mine has went back up from last month, but it hasn't completely. Okay, the nicety seller. I don't know when you joined the membership, but I see you're a member, so I'm going to give you a dolphin.
I saw.
Was it tonight?
I saw. Yeah, she came. I saw when she came in.
Okay, I'm going to give you your dolphin.
Welcome to the flipping family.
There's your dolphin. Thank you.
Plus, it's season. It's everyone's starting to get back out again. So people are exploring the world. They're taking vacations. They're starting to do things that they normally haven't done. It's been almost 2 years, friends. So they don't want to shop. They want to enjoy life. So if it's slow for you and it hasn't been slow, just keep that in mind. Whatever it is you desire to do, it's people who want to do the same type of things that you want to do. So.
And this past weekend was slow, I know, for Julian and myself. Like everybody was at barbecues and with their family for 4th of July. They weren't looking, online to buy things. Tina Marie has a question. I want to start selling on several platforms, but I'm afraid of being scammed. Do you have any advice for sketchy things to look out for?
That's a good question.
That to me, that's across the board. Like I sold on eBay first, and I married a person who sold on eBay before I started selling on Poshmark. So I was used to like the scammer, email me and stuff like that. I just want to say, if it looks sketchy, then it probably is, and really like think about it and look at the people's account or something like that. But other than that, I can't really even, suggest that you would think that your buyers are sketchy. It's going to be hard unless you're really just kind of like nitpicking and looking for it. But if you get across the board, whether you're selling on Poshmark, eBay, and you get something that says email me, let's do it, an off-site transaction, that right
Or
there
a phone
is
number.
yes, or a phone number. That's the biggest red flag, and that's across the board. It didn't just start on eBay; it's everywhere now. So you just have to kind of like, figure out what you want to respond to. I don't respond to anything that says email me, call me, flag, buy, whatever. So I'm on, again, multiple platforms, and I just know what to look for, and I know what I'm not going to respond to anyway. So I'm not giving anybody my money or anything like that. So you just have to do what feels good to you.
No, I agree. Definitely the basics. And if you're selling like the electronics, sneakers, where people easily can, I haven't gotten any of those scams, but they can replace boxes or just, I was selling sneakers for someone, and that was a very weird, had a lot of, email me, buy, stuff like that. So if you really are worried about that, authentication, making sure you're taking good pictures before you send it off, having documentation of, your item from, what are the authentic, the tags to the serial numbers and stuff like that, so you have a peace of mind. Other than that, I really feel like she said, you don't want to attract that. If you're, I'm not going to say, just trust everybody, but that's very rare, I say, in my experience. But I would definitely take really good, thorough pictures. That way, if you had to dispute something, you have the evidence, what you sent.
And I would be cautious. I'm just going to go on what they said and they add a little bit more. I would be cautious on changing the address.
Oh, yeah.
Like a lot of times it'll be like, hey, can you change the address to this? I've done that a couple times on low end items, but if it's only $20, if it's over $20, I don't change the address. Like I've had like a Bose system, somebody wanted me to change the address on. I did not do that. I said you need to fix that on eBay and then rebuy it. I had a guy down in Florida. Well, he was from Ohio, but he was golfing in Florida, and I was like, I kind of get that story, and it wasn't a very expensive golf club, so I was like, I'll trust you because he had a lot of feedback, like thousands of feedback.
Yeah.
So that weighed in on that. But if they don't, I would not be changing no type of address for anybody. But that's about it. I just added theirs.
Yeah, I feel like they're really few and far between. On eBay, I hear most people are getting it like before they have like 10 or 20 feedback. So they're going to target the newer sellers. And like Leslie said, definitely like email me here, phone number here. You have to watch out for that. I don't not sell to zero feedback buyers because a lot of people use guest. Like when I bought my husband's fishing pole, I bought it as guest because I know he looks at my eBay account and I don't want him to see it. So I would have showed up at some weird name and zero feedback when I bought a $200 fishing pole, but I paid. So the zero feedback I don't think is necessarily a flag in of itself, but the email and all that. And on Mercari lately, all of my items over $150, I immediately get like 3 messages. And I have a lot of feedback on Mercari, but when I list those high items, I get those scammers, call me here, email me here. Just avoid that. But I don't think that's not the norm, especially on eBay. After you have 20 or so feedback, it'll go away. Paul, the problem is there are almost 300 people in chat and I'm catching pieces of you guys' conversation. So I don't know if it's a joke. You can joke all you want, and then you can laugh at me because I don't know it's a joke. And apparently Larry thought it was funny, so it must have been funny. But I can't get it because I'm seeing like these pieces of conversation. Gigi Baby wants to know if anybody used the authentication feature with eBay.
No. I have not yet.
I haven't. I don't sell any like stuff that would need to be authenticated.
I say no. Israr wants to know how lucrative can this become?
How hard do you want to work?
For real. You could become a full-time seller and retire yourself early and treat it just like you would any business. That's put in the work and the return will be awesome for you.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, full time, and it's been really amazing. It's crazy some of the stuff you can find, or even make it wholesale and make it like a business and hire employees. So
the possibilities are endless. It all depends on you, to be honest. I mean, it really does.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have a good friend from high school that made over $2 million last year selling on Amazon. The possibilities are endless. I will tell you, he does the individual product, like he has products manufactured overseas and he creates his own product, which is something I'm not interested in.
Yeah.
I like the hunting. I like the sourcing. For me, stepping up my game is buying these, $500, $1,000 items and selling those. So that's stepping up my game because I have to spend a little more to do that. But like everybody said, like it's limitless. Like it depends. How much do you want to work? How much do you want to invest? Like you could resell cars and make $5,000 per car. It depends.
It's your definition.
Yeah.
Everybody has a different definition of, success.
Yeah. So if I wasn't out in the middle of nowhere, that's probably something I would consider because the Upcycled Shed says she does pop-up sales from her shed. That's something I'd love to do, but I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So I don't know that people would come to my shed.
Yeah.
D, I have heard it is through their Facebook group. I have never had to contact them. I have heard multiple complaints on Facebook's customer service. I don't want to lie to you guys. And every time I talk about selling on Facebook, I do get negative comments. I have had no issues selling on Facebook for, Julian, when I start selling, 8 months, I feel like. Probably close to a year. Yeah, and I get paid regularly, and I haven't had any issues.
So if you have an Instagram attached to your Facebook, go through Instagram. Instagram is owned by Facebook. Instagram will respond faster than Facebook, and just keep on sending messages. Even if you did it every single day, because it's different people. That's a different operator answering the phone. So stay on it and be consistent. Someone will eventually answer your question.
I did not know that.
What's that?
That's good to know.
Yeah.
What's that?
I didn't know that. You said that Facebook owned Instagram?
Yes, Facebook owns
I didn't know
Instagram.
that.
So Kat has what do you have, a page, Kat? You can open up, you can sell on your Instagram page. Now
I haven't done that yet because I'm worried it would be too many, because if I don't take stuff down, I'd be worried because I list everything everywhere.
No, it won't. The only way that it connects on Instagram is if, say, for instance, you put up an item, you just click it to your Facebook shop. Once it sells on Facebook, it's done on Instagram. So
I don't have a shop on Facebook. I really need to look into that. I'm making just individual listings.
Okay,
I need to look into a shop.
It's free. Send me a DM. We can talk.
Yeah, I need to do that.
Yeah.
Miss Samantha wants to know, if you have a thermal printer, at what point did you decide to buy one?
I was selling for a couple years, and I'm very frugal. My husband's cheap, so I'm a little more than he is. I'm frugal though. So people in my community actually threw me a reseller birthday party, and they gave me money. I took that money and used it. Otherwise, I was like, I don't like to spend money on things if I can help it. So that is when. And I actually purchased my husband a thermal printer for his birthday in November. He's a reseller. He's been doing it longer than me. And his isn't a name brand. It was a brand I found on Amazon, and it works perfectly. So if anybody, I can't remember it offhand, no problems. Nothing. It works the same paper and everything is Rollo that I have. So I just say, look out there. You never know. The unknown can be a savior for you, and then you can become an affiliate for them. So there you go. I'm all about affiliates and passive income, y'all.
I agree.
You would guess. You have many streams. I know I waited I waited the last minute just because I was actually reselling on a thumb tack on the wall with a hanger. I just did everything, and I was making good money. And then I was graduating up, and as I went, I would upgrade my products, get the mannequin, things like that. You don't have to have money to start, at least not on the tools. The ring light and all that stuff came later. So, I was already months into reselling. So you don't have to be perfect, but I would definitely, once you do start upgrading, you start to see the benefit in the time saving aspect. And so that's, as a mom, time saving is everything. And so just weigh it out with what,
I forgot to say I was 3 years in, Samantha. So I should have said that. I was selling 3 years. I've been selling for 5 now. So 3.5 years I was in before I purchased the thermo.
Yeah, 2 years, same. So we waited.
I waited until Kat was just like, I feel so sorry for this guy for shipping so much stuff and doesn't have a thermo, so she bought me one.
Aww.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I will agree. The amount of time that you save is ridiculous. So I mean, you might want to have to shell out some money to save money.
I got tired of seeing all his boxes with tape over the labels.
Oh
I'm like, Julian, like enough. Like,
and I was like, nah, I got it.
Even the
you don't understand.
I love it. I love it.
So she did buy me one, and I still have it. I use it every day.
I bought it. Yeah. I got mine pretty early on because I found it on Marketplace. So I would recommend saving a search on your local marketplace. I'm assuming you might be close to me since I work with your mom. Save a like Rollo search, save a Dymo 4XL. I have Dymo 4XL because it's what I found cheap on Marketplace. I only paid $80 for it. And that way you'll get notified if one comes up locally for cheap, and then you can jump on it. That's what I would do.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Flipping over 2021, it depends on where in the panhandle. So if you guys pull up on your weather app right now and look at the cone for Hurricane Elsa, I am right in the middle of it, 20 miles off of the coast. Yeah. You will know exactly where I am. It is heading straight for us. I am like 2 hours from Tallahassee and probably 4 from Panama City. I'm literally in the Crook. They call it the Big Bend. I'm at the Big Bend of Florida in the Upper Crook on the West Coast. Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate that. I'm glad too, because I got in trouble for calling out too much because I didn't want to go to work. And I had too many call outs because I just didn't want to go. I had no paid time off left. So I figured this way I'm committed to 2 days a week. And if I want to go in 3, I'll go. And if I don't, which probably will be the case, I'm not going to lie, then I'm not going to go. I'll just go 2 days and do my thing the rest of it. See, mine has been the opposite. My weekdays have been a little bit higher for me on my sales than my weekends, because I feel like Leslie was saying, like, people are going out and spending time with family, so I get more weekday sales.
I would actually agree. Today has been much higher than my weekend. So yeah, I would say weekday sales.
Mr. Johnny, have any of us tried new coupon feature? I tried because I saw, like, when you print your labels now, you can print a coupon for your customers on eBay. And I tried, and then I wasn't sure what I was really doing and how they would apply the coupon, and I backed out. I was going to try it, but I chickened out. Has anybody else tried it?
I have not.
I have not.
It's pretty cool, though. Like, when you print your labels, you can click, like, an extra little button, and it prints coupons for you to throw in your box for your customer.
Oh, really? Well, I guess if you have the thermal printer, it's a you don't lose anything, right?
You can just print a thermal coupon. The thing with Instagram, and Julian has been posting a lot more than me that you guys have to see, is like, and I know for me, I post like my bolo items. I post my bigger sales.
Yeah.
On my videos, I show you the smaller items, but my Instagram, everybody thinks, oh my gosh, she said, that's like, for me, that's the highlights. That's my higher dollar items. That's the kind of, get everybody interested in me and my YouTube, see that I'm making a good profit and good money. I typically don't put my lower sales on Instagram because I don't want to put everything on there. Because like today I shipped out 40 items. So I try and put like 3 or 4 sales a day on Instagram. I think Julian puts up more than me, but you guys seeing 3 or 4 sales a day, he has 1,700 listings. That's slow for us. You got to think in relative of what, like, it seems like a lot. Like, people tell me that, and I'm like, no, it's not a lot. It's slow to me. And in relation to having 3,100 listings, you got to remember, comparatively, don't compare yourself with somebody that has way more listings than you, because that's not fair to yourself. You don't want to beat yourself up when I've got, triple or more listings than you do. Dan wants to know, Julian, are you doing 30 listings 5 days a week or more?
No, I would say that like this week has been like I was working on July 4th because my sales were so low. I was like, I gotta get cracking.
Mhm.
So I do what I need to do. Like I usually do 30 listings a day or around there, 20 to 30, depends what I'm listing. Probably 4 days a week, maybe 3 days a week if I have to go source. So it really does depend. But if I'm like listing, like that is my day, I'm doing about 20 to 30. And I'm doing that from 3 to 4 times a week. But you have to have time to source. So you got to go out and like find these items. So you know that does
stuff
cover.
to list.
Yeah, you gotta have And if you're listing that much, you have to have like triple that sitting in the garage.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna run through it. That's what I've noticed is that you run through it so incredibly fast.
Unless you're me and fill up the truck.
Well, you have like 3 sheds full.
I do. 2 shedfuls are listed. 2 shedfuls are listed. 1 shed full is not.
Gosh.
Joy. Listen, I do have Joy, we are here every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. myself, and I'm going to go the wrong way. Yeah, I got it. I know I got to go the opposite of what I think is right. Julian and myself are here every Tuesday, and we have 2 special guests with us every Tuesday. 327 Chev from New Zealand. Thank you for hanging out with us. That is awesome. I love it. Yes, they definitely are traveling by the amount of traffic that was on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Don't call me. No. How long do you let an item stay in your store before you finally remove it, or do you let it ride and or lower the price?
Okay, so I just moved. And so what I did was have for like 20 weeks in a row up until I moved, live sales on Instagram. So any items that we're not selling, I put those as part of my liquidation sales. So I've been selling live and making that cash right there. So if it sits longer than a certain amount of time, I cross-list, relist. But in April when I moved, or March, end of February, sorry, I started preparing for a move. So I just started doing a lot of liquidation sales. And that's what I've decided to do going forward instead of putting it out there to like the Goodwills and things like that. My husband, he does a clean out business. So I know about the landfills and all that. I'm trying to keep things away. So I found different ways to do it. A liquidation sale, take a couple dollars off, get that Cash App, that Venmo, that PayPal, and you got cash in hand. You know, use pirate ship PayPal and smack a label on and send it out. So I don't really have a lot of inventory, and my stores are definitely lower than Julian and Kat's, but I do sell on different platforms too. So you know, 2 years I'll look at it, and that's what I did. I really took about 500 items out of my stores, and I was able to sell all that stuff to make money and to furnish my new house. So
that works.
Yes, so I also sell multiple platforms. If you guys didn't hear already, what I have done is sometimes I have stuff on like Poshmark that may not sell, and I've given it new eyes on eBay, and for some reason the sales will come in. But I also do like a tiered sale. I know some people do sales where they do everything 15, 20, 30% off. I try to go and do steeper 30% to 40% off for those other items. And I've even done like flea market, you know, if there's just like $1, like things I'll let go for $1 or $2. Let's say it's been 6 months or more. I'll just do like a flea market sale, or I am in a house now. So I want to try garage selling actually to get liquidation going for some of these other items. So I'll keep you all posted on that. But that's definitely do everything before, I guess, donating it back. I would say that as well, because, you know, it just helps everyone. It helps all of us out. So, Julian.
Yeah, I would say that I was going to actually purge my store at like the 2-year mark and give things 2 years. And I have to say, I did this YouTube thing that actually got, you know, some views or whatnot. And I had a whole bunch of what not solds, and like a lot of those sold like a week later. And it wasn't really to viewers, because I was like, dude, are people buying this? And they're like, no, we're not buying that stuff. So I was like, all right. So I probably will hold off on that and just let things ride, to be honest with you. I'll lower the price, I'll do sales, but I'll probably keep them listed. I'm going to scrap that whole idea. So because things sold that I really didn't think they were going to. So it took a year and a half. Don't get me wrong. Like, they've been sitting on that shelf for a long time, but they did sell. But also with lowering the price, selling a similar, and running a sale. So all that kind of comes into play. So, but yeah, I probably will keep things for a while.
And I keep things too, as we like everybody, if you watch me, I have 3 shed areas. I have plenty of space. I buy a lot of one-off items that are like rare or vintage or collectible that I need the right buyer to find them. And it might take a couple of years for the right buyer. I do start marking stuff down about the 6-month mark. I'll start looking and be like, okay, I have watchers, but nobody's bought it. Should I lower it? And I will lower it. And I always do my constant sales. But I just let it sit there. Somebody, I figure eventually will buy it. Pinky patterns. I like that. I love penguins. So I have 2 dolphins. I have a dolphin for the super chat. I think that says thank you for the super chat. And then I have another one that says welcome to the flipping family for my membership. So those, and if you guys know, Emily Conway is who is the voice of my dolphin. She has a channel here on YouTube as well. She has kids and she's not up that late, so she's not in chat much, but she made my intro on my channel and my dolphins. Candy, it can get super depressing. And I was like so down, and my husband kept yelling at me. He's not yelling, but he's like, you know, it'll come back up. Just calm down. He's like, you have one slow day and you're like, ah, and I am even with like I've been doing it so long. It's really hard not to get down on yourself. And for me, the slower the sales, the more I list. I'm like, somebody's going to buy something. I'm going to keep putting stuff out there until they buy something, you know, and that's just, you know, what you've got to do. So you guys are going to laugh. I think it's in my video. So I lost the whole first half of my video I recorded today because my tripod, like the telescoping part, slammed down with the camera on it and it erased that whole file. So the whole first half of my video is gone. It corrupted. So, but I'm saying this because, and I don't know if Marsha's still in here, Red Cardinal Treasures, her and I went thrifting and I bought these Vibram shoes that sell typically for $60-ish. And the top and inside was perfectly clean and the bottom was caked with mud. They had worn them hiking. And I said, I'm not cleaning them. If you guys know me, I don't like cleaning anything. And what I did is I put them on auction at $39.99, so $20 cheaper than everybody else. And I put Reed, and I took a lot of pictures of that mud. And I said, look, I'm giving a discount because I don't want to clean them. So you can get them for cheaper, and you have to clean them. The top and the inside is perfect, but there's mud on the bottom, and they sold for $47 plus shipping.
Boom.
So I don't typically buy stuff like that, but I knew those shoes were valuable and I paid $2 for them. So, but typically that's something I would leave at the store because I know I'm the same way. I don't clean stuff at all, really. Yes, I agree. If you see Midwest Picker, his name is Dave. I forget where Dave lives. He's definitely a scammer. Yes, this is another good point, like improper English, because a lot of the scammers are in other countries. So like if you get a weird random message that makes no sense, that very well could be a scammer. This is going to be a hard question for me to answer at least. So at least I go last. Dee wants to know our 3 favorite, I'm going to assume like type of item, maybe 3 favorite things to sell.
Shoes, handbags, and handmade items.
That was fast.
Number
I
4 would be vintage if it was a 4th option, vintage clothes.
Oh, okay. Definitely shoes, higher, more money, I guess, per item. I love selling like cardigans, jackets, things like that, where people will wear them more often. And dresses lately. Dresses have been really selling fast, especially the more print going on, the better. I just sold a few $100 dresses, so definitely really favorite right now.
I'm a big fan of like sports gear, so this is going to be like golf clubs, fishing gear, anything like that. I do like, we'll just throw those in together. I do like tools and hats. Not gonna lie, I don't sell a lot of hats, but I have a lot for sale. So
That's where the
I got a ton for sale, like one sale a week.
That's funny.
You need a hat? Go to
You
Julian.
need a hat? Come see me. I got it.
I like pottery, and I think my favorite things to sell are probably my favorite things to source because I like picking it up. So I love pottery. I'm trying to, like, pottery is my big thing, and it's nice to have like the easy stuff. So like I love vintage teas. Definitely not shoes. Shoes are not on my list. I'm trying to think of what the third thing would be.
We heard the shoes.
Oh, these things. Listen, and I have a whole box sitting beside me.
Oh,
Kachina
nice.
dolls.
Wow.
I have a whole box. I bought 25 more because I sell them for $50 to $100. I sold a tiny one for $40 today. So I've just started trying to find more of them. I have sold one of the faux jade bonsai trees. I sold one for $100 or $120. And then I think I have one or two left. And then I bought another one right after the first one sold for $10 from a yard sale. Yes. And Larry, listen, I promise I have a sense of humor, but guys, I'm trying to like watch this chat. Like, luckily I have good people in chat messaging me, telling me of issues in the chat. So I'm trying to look at messages on my phone, follow 300 people chatting and get questions. And my sense of humor might escape me and you while trying to do all that. So yeah. Is WorthPoint only good for antiques? I believe WorthPoint only shows like collectible and vintage categories, because I know with Dale Flippin' Fiasco, my BFF, her pink puppy that she sold for $700 and the second one sold for $1,200. Build-A-Bear puppies, guys. Pink Build-A-Bear puppies sold for $1,200 and $700. The only comp I found on WorthPoint for her, because she asked me to look, was a $12 one. So those were not showing up. Even though she saw a sold comp on eBay for $600, we were unable to find any on WorthPoint. So I believe WorthPoint is only for like your vintage collectible. I don't know if anybody else. Jocelyn, how did I miss you?
I know. I even said hey to her. She said,
I'm sorry. Don't hate me. I missed it. How does calculated shipping work? I'll answer it really fast, because you just put in the dimensions of your box and the weight, and eBay calculates from you to your buyer. Yes, everyone, be careful. I unfortunately am a Floridian, and I'm kind of playing it off because that's what we do. That's where the whole hurricane party came from. I was born and raised here and have been through multiple way, way bigger hurricanes than this one. Not last year, the year before, we were out of power for 9 days. That was a definite pain in the butt. But other than that.
My daughter just moved to Florida.
So First Saturday's Thrift says she loves to watch Leslie's live sales, and she wants to know, what advice would you give someone on how to get started doing live sales?
Good question.
Just to get started, just to do it. No, seriously, that's how I started anything that I did. I just like started.
Yeah, I agree.
You don't think about it too much. One thing I will say though, which I think is really important, like see how Kat has her channel. I have a channel, or if you're on Instagram, Julian has a channel. You have to kind of be active though. Like you can't just go, I'm here, now buy from me. You have to build some kind of relationship with your community and also decide if you want to do it. I think that's the key. Why do you want to go live? Because it becomes a burden if it's not something that you're going to really be passionate about. Like I myself started as liquidation, and that was my goal. And I tried to do it after I moved to my new house. I tried to kind of do some sales, and I was just like, yeah, that liquidation is the way that I'm going to stay with it. It's not going to be that path. So just figure out why you want to do it. Make sure you have an audience. Do marketing. Make sure you're prepared, because it's a lot of work too. You're going to be on your feet. You're going to be talking, and you want to make sure people can relate to you. You can't just get there and be like, here's my buy this from me, So you can send me a DM. I do, answer questions. Even when I do live sales, I actually teach doing the live sale and let people ask me any questions they may have. I might do a pop-up on Thursday just to get rid of some items that are sitting around. So hopefully I answered your question, and definitely get into my DMs. Let's continue the conversation in the DMs.
Yeah, and I have been asked like why I don't do it, and I just feel like it would be too much work because I would have to like send the invoice, make sure people pay, set stuff aside, and I feel like eBay and the other platforms, because I sell on 4 platforms, like it's just so automated. You know, I'm getting my list, here's what I'm pulling, here's what I'm packing, and I'm not having to do any of that behind the scenes work. So for me, plus auctions and live sales typically last a while, and it's hard for me to even get like the time out for like this live every Tuesday plus my members only live. So because I have a 2 almost 3-year-old who wants to be in here, and like that would be a disaster. Like if he's in here trying to show people stuff and he's screaming and throwing things at me. If the people that watch me before the shed know, like about 9:30 I'd start getting hit in the head with the ball or a bat because I was in the house. You know, I was in the house. Now like the shed is my office. I can come out here, he's inside. I don't get hit in the head with things, and yeah, it works. Shirley wants to know, do we always include a printed out invoice for every sale?
For eBay, do I send an invoice? No.
Yes.
I slap a label on my package and ship it to them. I don't do invoices.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't. Same here. Yep, I'm with them.
I've never put an invoice, not never, but maybe in the 90s when eBay first started and I had a regular printer. But not now. Desert Fairy Chick, I just have to see them. I answer every question I see, but I don't see them all because we have 300 people in the chat. So the chat goes kind of fast. So I'm scrolling, putting them in all caps and putting the word question at the beginning kind of like catches my eye better. But I try to answer them all. So just ask it again. We won't get mad if you keep asking. If I've not answered it, that's fine. The coupons we're talking about, when you print your labels on eBay, if you bulk print them, eBay gives you the option to print your customers a coupon. I don't know if it's available to everybody. It's possible. But yeah, you should see that option. So here's the deal. I have a big expedition, guys. I choose to bring my car because I know I can fit very Tetris-like all of the stuff I bought in my car because A, it's cheaper on gas. B, my car is much more comfortable than our old raggedy Expedition. So if I'm driving 3 hours down south, which I took the Expedition this past time because I brought 3 big wrought iron chairs. So I kind of know in my head, can I fit this in my car? It's not a matter of I don't have a bigger vehicle, I do, but I know how much I can fit and I bring the smallest vehicle possible because like I get double the mileage on my car than I do in the Expedition. Thank you, NGA Flipper. I appreciate that. And you guys can always, both of these ladies were suggested to me by you guys, by my subscribers. I posted on my command, who do you want me to have on? And both these ladies' names were brought up, so I contacted them. There's so many reselling channels, even ones with 10s and 20,000 subscribers that I've never heard of.
Seriously.
So if you guys have
I don't know half the
channel,
people here. I don't know 3/4. Yeah. I don't know 100% of the people here. So and I'm
and you can't. There's so many great channels. So if you guys have someone you want to see on my channel that you haven't, just send me a message on Instagram. I'm very responsive on Instagram, and I'll ask them. And so I asked everybody that everybody recommended. Some have declined because they don't do lives. Not everybody does. And others have not answered. So I might be lost in their, other folder, which happens because we get a lot of messages sometimes. Look at that. She made 100 copies.
Nice.
Mama girl, I would like to know the response from that.
That's good stuff.
I'd like to know what sales you got.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Just put it, because I do have a regular printer. So print some out, make some copies or whatever. And that's a good idea.
Yeah, where you just have them. Southern Mom wants to know, do we all list daily?
I don't list daily, but I do relist and cross list. I have a cross listing platform that I use. And just because I'm not just on eBay, I sell on Etsy, Poshmark, Depop. And so I do a lot of cross listing and relisting as well. So that frees up the opportunity, especially relisting. I don't have to list every day. So no.
Yes. I have Poshmark and eBay, and I definitely like your. I know you, Bearded Picker. You said that you don't always get to every day. So for me, I try to list every single day, but I have a 2-year-old as well. It does not always happen. And what I try to do, like Leslie said, is Poshmark now has a relist feature as well as eBay. So I'll go in and relist at least 10 to 15 to 20 items, refresh pictures if I need to. I model a lot of my items. So what I tend to do is it still keeps that algorithm, quote unquote, up and running and kind of keeping your items fresh in front of buyers. So it definitely helps me get daily sales for sure.
Nice.
But if you can't do it, don't worry. Some people do bulk 20, 30, 40 items, 10 items a week. So definitely just try to, scan it out. If you can do a new listing a day, that helps. But don't feel the pressure to have to list every day. I know a lot of people get under the pressure about that.
Yeah, I would agree. I used to be under pressure. Like, I got to list every day. And really, I probably do. Because if I go out sourcing, it's like a day thing. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to go out and get a lot of things so I can list the rest of the next 4 days or 5 days straight. So I would say that I list probably 4 or 5 days out of 7 days.
Yeah, that's about.
And I try to list every day. I am pretty good, but like last week I didn't list for 3 days. It happens. Like you can't, it's not like a live or die situation. I think it helps. Like they're saying, if you can't, like relisting it, like in sell similar. I don't do that personally just because I have so many listings, but I probably list every day 90% of the time. And that's because like right now I have like photos of 30 items on my phone. So when we get off here, I'll go sit on the couch, hang out with the baby, and probably list like 5. And then tomorrow at work on my lunch hour, I'll list, another 5. So I do batch photos and have them on my phone where if I have downtime somewhere, if I go to the doctor and I'm in a waiting room or there's a red light or traffic, I probably am listing. So I take advantage of all those little spots where you're not doing anything. Like you can veg out and watch TV and list if you have pictures on your phone. You don't have to be in a listing station.
Yeah, Kat.
This is a funny question. Yeah. So I have tried multiple times to get insurance on my items, and I do not. The insurance companies don't call me back. If there are any insurance agents in the 303 people in this chat, message me because I need coverage. I have about 70,000 in inventory listed, and I do not have insurance on it because I haven't been able to get my insurance agent to call me back. The one that I have, like my homeowners and car insurance, you would think they would want to. But I think I feel like if they're not knowledgeable about online resellers and like our business we do, they might not understand it fully because I don't have a physical store for them to insure.
Yeah.
I don't know. If anybody knows anyone that does it, through like, maybe through the internet where I could, have.
Did she freeze?
A little frills in there.
She might have froze. Kat, you might have frozen forever. Nope, you're
I'm
back.
back. I didn't freeze. My home internet was being really slow, so I actually turned the Wi-Fi on my phone. So now my computer's on my phone. Julian, did you answer her already in the chat?
About some sockets, how do you clean them? It all depends on how bad they are. If they're like super bad, I put them in a vapor rust overnight, and it usually takes all the rust off. I just wipe them off. If they're not that bad, I kind of just spray them down with some Remington oil that's like a gun oil, but also used on all types of metals. You just wipe them off, and they get clean. But if they're super bad, a vapor rust overnight, everything's gone. Unless they're impact sockets, then do not use that because it would take off the finish, and they turn like a really weird color. But if they're just regular chrome ones, then use that. If that answers the question.
I think that did answer the question.
Yeah.
Jace and in 2 minutes, ladies, I don't know if you've watched my show to the end, but we do like a quick fire round where we answer them like almost like yes, no, or one sentence really fast for the last 10 minutes to try and get all the questions. Because like right now I'm at 9:33. So we are like 20 minutes behind and we like go boom, 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 boom and try. So in 1 minute, that's what we're going to do. And I think this is more for the ladies than like I'm not a lady. You know, yes.
We know.
That was bad.
Yes.
This one, yes. The using sell similar on an item that doesn't sell in a certain amount of time.
No.
I do. I live by this. I do. 30 days.
Yeah, I think they both said that they do.
Yeah, it's 50-50. If I not have nothing to list and then I'll do it, but I usually don't like target that. It does help though. I will tell you that I've done it before and it does help.
It does help. Yeah.
Carol is absolutely right. Thrifting for me, even though 90% of my sourcing is done on online auctions, thrifting is therapeutic. I think for most resellers, you feel better. So I believe this was probably directed at Candy. If you're still in here about getting depressed with the no sale, go thrift. You know, even if you don't buy very much, go thrift, and you'll feel a little bit better at least. All right. We're going to try and do this, but I have to find the questions. That's the problem. We're going to try this.
There was a lot in there.
I'm trying. I don't see them yet. Whoa, and it jumped. Okay, now we're to 9:38. Hi, is Kayla, which Kayla's in here? Both Kaylas? Your Kayla?
My Kayla and the other Kayla.
What do you mean? We have 300 people every week. What it did for the live. Listen. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, we do have 300 people every week. But I'm glad everybody's here.
Yes.
Hold on. Why can I not find questions? And I'm trying to, this is not a very like quick fire round if I can't find questions. I'm finding, okay, here. Tommy has a question. Are you top rated sellers and is it worth it for the discount?
I am not a top rated seller. That's because I just opened my eBay store back again in November. I was closed for a year. The one just below it. But I'll be rated at top rated seller, my next rating or whatever you do.
Hey, that's amazing. I am not a top rated seller. I know that involves free returns, I believe, still, and I'm not willing to do that. Sorry, eBay. But I'm still like, in a really good standing. But I'm just not ready. I'm not there yet.
I am, and I think it is. I don't get a lot of returns while doing free returns, so I think it's worth it.
Oh, it pays off.
And I agree with Julian. I do the 30-day free returns, and I think it is worth it because my fees on eBay some months are like $2,000. So to save 10%, that's $200, and chances are I'm not getting $200 in returns. I have like 2 open now that are like $30 items that I'm getting back. So really all I'm out is the shipping cost as long as they don't damage my items. Hey, Seller Hunt, do you send thank you notes?
I use thank you stickers.
Same, and more so on Poshmark than eBay.
No.
What is your sure thing? Something you know will always sell.
Shoes.
Ooh.
Did you have shoes? Shoes.
Shoes. I like designer items like Johnny was and stuff. If you can find them, there's always an audience for some of these more sought after. But those are rare,
Name brand pitching wedges for golf clubs.
These things.
Golf clothing. Oh, your dog.
Yeah, golf clothing has been selling amazing for me
golf
lately.
clothing
That's a
is
good
good.
point. It's been
You can
selling
find, like,
fast.
New with tag Peter Millar, it's gonna sell.
That's true.
Yeah, I've sold a couple of Peter Millar vests that I found. They weren't new, but they sold pretty decent. What do you feel? I don't know if this will be easy to answer or if anybody can. What do you sell mostly to international buyers?
The funny thing is, it's items that are available or have originated in their actual country. I had a Russian watch. It sold in like 5 minutes. I had a couple other things from the country, and the person purchased them.
Yeah, that's crazy. I always have like I'll sell more clothing, and so either something high end they can't get in their country, something that's more popular here in the U.S. and they'll pay the shipping for it, or items like originate in their country. A lot of like made in Italy, go to Italy, things like that.
I would say percentage-wise, golf clubs have been selling more internationally.
I sell a lot of plush international, believe it or not. My order that went international today was plush, and I've sold quite a few plush international. I don't know why. Are we having fun?
Sure are. I'm definitely having a good time.
Of course.
Yes.
Really fun time.
I love this. I think we learned so much, and it's so fun to see, like, we're all resellers, but we're all functioning way differently, and it still works. We're still like what we're doing. We're still making a profit. We're still doing it, and we do it sometimes like the opposite. Julian and I do a lot of like completely opposite, but we have a lot that's the same. We're very similar, but then there are some things that are completely different.
Yeah, that's why
and it's great.
Yeah, we support each other. Like this community that you have here, I literally know none of the people, but it's been a wonderful experience for me to see all these names pop up, and I'm like, wow, I even have a huge community, but I still don't know half the people here. So it's the bringing together that I appreciate so much.
Yeah, and that's why I asked everybody, because I know my people have their own people that they like to watch that I don't know, and I would like to meet new people and get different points of view. That's why I do it every week, because it's nice to see different points of view. And I think especially for new sellers, see, like, it's not just this one way. Just because I say I do it that way doesn't mean you have to do it that way. You can make your own way. Frank, yes, I am still thinking about pulling the plug on Poshmark. And well, the problem is, and I'll tell you ladies, I know you're both selling on there, and like, I know that's your main platform, but for me, because everything's on the same platform, Poshmark doesn't make it easy for me to find my items to pull when they sell on another platform. They have no feature to search my own store. And that's horrible, because I don't do a lot of clothing. So I sell a lot in their home category. A lot of my stuff's not branded. So I'll try and like even put the exact title of my item, and I can't find it. So I end up having to cancel like half my Poshmark sales because it sold 6 months ago on eBay.
Yeah.
And I hate canceling sales on people, but Poshmark makes it almost impossible for me to easily remove the items. So I probably have like 1,000 items in my Poshmark closet that I don't have, and which is bad,
It's nothing wrong with
I don't
that.
like that.
Yeah, Poshmark was the platform I started selling on, but eBay was the platform that brought me home from work. So I make the least amount of money on Poshmark.
Right, and Poshmark is my least selling platform out of eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Facebook. Poshmark is the lowest, because I don't do a ton of clothes. I do some clothes, but I also don't have the time to do like the social aspects of it. So it's either it sells or it doesn't.
I hear you.
And sometimes it still does 6 months later when I already sold it on eBay. But and then it sells for more on Poshmark, and I'm like, man,
I will stick up for Poshmark here a lot. I mean, making $3,000-$4,000 a month on Poshmark, it's definitely, very brand heavy, but it's also more for your money too. Like sometimes eBay people will try to get a deal. It goes back and forth. But
see, I feel like I get more low ballers on Poshmark.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I get more on Poshmark. Look, Marcia says, look, you know them now, and now they know you, which is exactly what this is about, guys. Just like expanding it.
I love it.
For sure. I'm going to let the ladies answer this. You ladies answer this.
I will say that Poshmark is beautiful, especially the social aspect of Poshmark. That's where the majority of my community has come from. That's where I started selling, even though my husband was an eBay seller when I started 5 years ago. It's very simple, but it also spoils you. If you want to go that route, just be prepared. There's percentages, and there's a lot of community. You have to share and follow and do so many different things. I don't offer discounts or do any of that. I don't send out anything. I just so seriously, I used to do a lot in the beginning, but it's too much work on Poshmark. And that's my truth to you. It's an excellent app. They just went public. So get in when the getting is good. They pay you once it's approved by the buyer. That's the other thing. They have, once they get it, they have 3 days to approve it. They can open up a case or whatever, and then the money goes into like your little bank, and then you transfer it to your account. So it's a whole lot of days for your money. Don't play with my money like that. And it says getting all the notifications from following me to
money.
shut that off. Yeah, but
You
I would
can
definitely
turn it
try
on.
Yeah, you can. But I would say try it. I mean, you never know. Again, it started. It was simple when I started 5 years ago. I think it's saturated, but I also think you can still make money there. Again, I don't do closet clear out. I don't send offers. I don't do any of that special stuff. So 10 sales a week or whatever is good for me. Because I thought if it was my main platform, like it was in the beginning, and I was still working full time, I would probably say definitely go for it. But if you don't have a lot of time to invest a lot of time, it's not going to be, you'll frustrate yourself. I'm going to pass it over.
Pass this Poshmark
Let the
over.
Poshmark. He is like the Poshmark seller, so we're gonna see what I should make her big.
Well, I mean, I was pretty even 50-50 for a few years, 2 years on Poshmark, almost 3 years now. So I was making like $2,000 on Poshmark, $2,000 on eBay. It was pretty even. I will say though, through like this pandemic and everything, I mean, Poshmark takes the cake. It took a while to get up to those higher sales, knowing what to sell to make like $100 and things like that. But I will say, I have a love for fashion. I have a love for shopping, and I love it. So it's going to be different for someone like eBay, someone who's like the bearded picker into tools and just, set it and forget it. I will say what Leslie said, you do have to kind of treat it like a baby. Sometimes a lot of people find themselves on the app a lot, just you're always getting notifications of somebody liking things 24/7. It's not like eBay where you have a folder where you just see like your watchers, like you're getting likes in all the time. That can be a little annoying, but at the same time, I don't do any sharing. I do sharing, but I don't do a lot of like closet clear out stuff like that. Right. What I do find is if you get the right item, it's gonna sell. And if you kind of make it look good, you find a blogger post or a against the rules sometimes, but a stock photo, things like that, the trendier items are gonna sell. So if you have an access to trendy items, even if the name brand is not the top thing, you're gonna make sales. I will say though, it's going to be a little bit tricky. Try starting in your own closet. Try just starting. Pull everything out of you. Yeah, do everything in your own closet. Get used to shipping it. What sells, what gets a lot of attention, and go from there. And then you can go out into the stores and actually start spending money on those things.
I agree.
Yeah,
but I love my Poshmark.
I agree, and I think that's anywhere though. Yep. Like if you get the hot brands and you price it right, it's gonna sell. Yeah. And I don't do a lot of like hot, fast moving stuff, but I think that's any of the platforms that's gonna go. Yes, they pay for it. I have the buyer pay and then I just print it out. So for me, yes, it works the same. Anonymous wants to know, where's your favorite place to source?
Well, for me, it used to be the Goodwill bins, but I just moved from Delaware to North Carolina, so I'm getting used to it. So I haven't found a new favorite place. I do like to source online. I don't, because when I was in Delaware, I used to say, oh, I never had a problem. I used to be surrounded by, and driving less than 2 hours, about 5 bins that I could go to. Very rarely the resale stores. But now, from moving from April to now, I'm like, and I live in a very, very small town, so all the good thrift stores are 15, 20, 30 minutes. The bins is 2 hours away. And so I'm like, wow, I was really spoiled in the 9 years that I lived in Delaware. And so, but online is always a good place for me. I'm an affiliate of a couple companies, so that works, it's a good go-to.
That's good. For me, I love, like the woman earlier, just the sourcing process, finding new gems, kind of like the treasure hunt. It's not the best for clothing all the time, but I love just the regular thrift store. And like Leslie said, the bins has been really great lately. It just getting to the right bin too, where that they'll do like a lot of raw donations. Just try going a few times and see what kind of things they put in the bins. It's definitely, you can't beat that price. I mean, you're paying $1 to $2 a pound. But I will say lately, not consignment, but buy, sell, trade stores have been really good. Taking some old inventory, getting $100 or so, and then flipping it in for nicer things. If you guys sell clothing and shoes and accessories, has really been great. People are taking their items in right now with the summertime, and I've been finding some really good gems. So, but source anywhere. There's so many places.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of yard sales.
Nice.
Oh yeah, those are fun.
And I like online auctions. That's
Nice.
definitely my go-to. Do any of you use First Dibs?
I don't even know what First Dibs is.
I don't
I
either.
have no
Unless I
idea.
know what it is, and it just they're phrasing it.
I don't.
No
I don't.
idea.
I'm thinking it's probably an app, so I don't either.
Oh, okay.
Liz, I'm pretty close estimating, but I will not lie. I still probably have maybe like 2 things a week that I underestimated, because I do estimate like 90%. Unless something's really heavy, then I'm going to actually weigh it. But like 90% of my stuff, I guess on, and I get got, and that's my own fault. I eat it, and you would think I would learn, but I keep on estimating because I list so much. I have to just estimate. I don't have to, but I do. Do you use other people's listings to sell similar?
I don't. I used to, but I don't. I'll go in and check comps, but I don't use other people's listings to sell similar. Maybe I should start again.
I used to more so, but if I see something sold at a higher price, for some reason I have this weird idea that mine will sell high too. So I might sometimes, about 50-50.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
If it's an exact item, yeah.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
Every single listing. I've not built my own listing in years.
Right.
I will find something that is close to it, and I will change what I need to use because I have some base, and it's in the right category, and I use similar for everything. Is there anything? Yeah. Is there anything any of you regret selling?
Nope, because I got paid for it, so no.
I don't, but there's like I sold like a Herschel bag, and I didn't check all the buttons, so they said the magnets were broken or whatever. So I guess sometimes it's like the hasty stuff where you just get it so fast you don't try it out. But other than that, like she said, you get paid. So
for real,
right?
A fly rod that went to Russia, and I got it back, and I had to pay like an exorbitant amount of fees, and then eBay got involved, and I won the case, and then I lost the case. Fly rod, not so much the fly rod, just it was a mess.
The hassle. I'm the same as Leslie. No, I want the money. I'm good. I've told you guys before, like my husband knows if I find something, if it's worth over $20, he's not keeping it because it's going on eBay. Unless we like have to have it. So that is a business insurance company. That's the thing. Like my house is under farm insurance because I have 11 acres. So I have to have like commercial insurance on my property anyways. And yeah, so it has not worked. And I see a couple of you, and I actually saw some Instagrams come in with insurance people, and I will check those out for sure because I do need it. The crappy thing right now is going to be we're in the middle of hurricane season, and I'm in Florida. So I might not be able to get a new policy right now, or I'm going to pay. And there's a hurricane headed for me right now. Excuse me, tomorrow when Elsa's like hitting actively. Could you give me some insurance? Niche, we don't flood here. I'm going to knock on something because then tomorrow here comes Elsa and I'm a liar. My property is pretty good about absorbing, and it might puddle some areas, but I've been here for almost 5 years, and we've gotten multiple hurricanes through those 5 years, and it is not. Yeah, NGA flippers. So I've thought about that, especially with the sheds, with like just adding these extra outbuildings. I definitely... And I think I have 40,000 in coverage on outbuildings on my policy already because I had a big barn and another shed that I didn't even use, and they really probably aren't worth that. So I probably could use that. Do you reply to feedback now that eBay, and we'll answer probably I think we're almost we'll answer a couple more questions, guys, and then we'll get off here because I do unfortunately have to go to work tomorrow. Do you reply to feedback now?
I haven't had any issues that I need to reply to recently.
I haven't, no. But if I get a negative that won't be taken off, I surely will.
I responded. Somebody left me a negative feedback as a positive, and they said, "I told you this had defect. What's the next step?" And luckily, it was positive. And I replied, "I sent you a return label. It's free. Just use it." And that was the only reply that I have.
Someone sent me a message. If you, whenever we finish with this one, Red Cardinal Treasures asked a question of me, and I would like to respond if you can.
Oh, that's Marcia. I actually went thrifting with her last week.
Marsha. How often have you heard that, Marsha?
I know. That's what you got to say when you hear the name Marcia, right? Yeah, go ahead and respond to her. And then I think we'll respond to this one, and then we'll go ahead and let the guest, I'll quit saying ladies like I'm not a lady. We'll let the guests say goodbye to you guys. But go ahead and answer Miss Marcia's question.
So, Red Cardinal Treasures, Marcia, she says, Leslie, what do you make and sell on Etsy? I started as a handmade seller in 2005, crocheting. Last year, I picked up tie-dye. I taught myself how to tie-dye and bleach and turned that into a successful Etsy store. I just rebranded it, and I only specialize in tie-dye upcycle items. So everything is already thrifted, vintage. I do vintage slips, and I tie-dye them down their dresses, and that's been very successful for me. So tie-dye, bleaching, I paint on items, I tie-dye shoes, all kinds of good stuff. So thank you for that question, Marcia.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
And
Teresa wants to know, and I'll say I don't know the answer, so I hope one of you does. Is there an app or a program for someone just starting out that helps keep track of items sold, money in, money out type of thing that compensates for your fees, etc.?
There's a couple. I don't know them personally. If you're a Poshmark seller, there's Poshmark bots and apps and things like that. I don't use them myself. So I would say if you can do Excel spreadsheet, do it. eBay already has everything together for you. Just throw it into a sheet and figure it out. Poshmark, same thing. They have, throw that into a sheet and figure it out on your own. That's just me.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
eBay breaks down a lot. I have Seller Insight for Poshmark. It breaks down what I make in sales and what I list each day. But eBay does have its. But that's because they don't have the analytics on Poshmark. One of the downfalls.
But eBay's isn't individual, so
Right.
I'll say here I don't use an app, and I don't care. I especially if you're new, I feel like you would kind of remember how much you paid for that item. So I use money in, money out, and I have an accountant who calculates it. I can look at my eBay reports, but I know I run right at like a 50% profit after paying my mom and cell phone and all of that and cost of goods. I run 50% profit. And my big thing is I'm making money, but I remember, I paid $1 for that. I paid $2 for that. I know fees are about 15 to 20%. They're going to be 20% on Poshmark. And I just kind of calculate it and know in my head, you can use a spreadsheet. I know, I don't know if a couple of pickers are in here. They might have jumped ship because Tommy is live now. But if they are, they're big spreadsheet people. I know Renee, Steadfast Selections, if she's still in here, is a big spreadsheet person. I feel like if I took the time to put into that spreadsheet, that would pull away from my listing, from my selling. And I just want to know money in, money out. And I want to put more time and effort into listing and actually selling things. But there are, I know a lot of spreadsheet people. Yeah. If you're a spreadsheet person, make a spreadsheet.
Yeah, make a spreadsheet. Yeah. $10.99.
I use QuickBooks, and it does money in, money out. I have eBay linked to it. I got my credit card linked to it. I got my
But
cash
it's not going to do individual, right?
Won't do individual. Nope.
Right. You would have to input that yourself.
Right.
I think that would be a lot of work, and I feel like it's unnecessary work. But
you're talking.
I'm going to answer these two really quick, just because I see them right here. Sarah, we discussed this earlier, so I'll just answer for all of us. Holiday stuff sells year round. If you have it listed, because there are collectors and it will sell year round. And I will let everybody answer this for Miss Anita. I pay an accountant. I don't use any software.
Right now, QuickBooks, but I will be using an accountant soon because I made more money last year than I've ever made. So plus I have a lot of businesses instead of just the one.
That's how mine is, like affiliates and YouTube and eBay and Poshmark and Mercari and
yeah. I was like, wow, it adds up nicely, doesn't it?
That's amazing. No, I do a CPA as well, but I would say like the QuickBooks, there's apps and stuff. You can take pictures of your receipts, when you start off.
QuickBooks, I don't have an accountant yet, but like you just said, I probably will because it starts to add up very quickly. In my first year, not so much. Second year, exponentially more. So like it's time to get one and but QuickBooks is very easy. Once you set it up and you set up the way you want, it's almost like it's just so easy to go in and figure everything out because once you spend stuff certain ways, it goes exactly where you want it. So that's not a bad, but it's not free. I do pay for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I am going to say thank you to both of the ladies for being here. I'm going to go ahead and make them big screen again. Their links were shared earlier. Their links are down in the description to both of their YouTubes. They both also are on Instagram, so definitely check them out. And I will give Miss Leslie the screen.
Well, hello, everyone. It's been such a great pleasure being here. Such a surprise seeing so many names that I've never seen before. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Hopefully you will follow me over or subscribe to my YouTube channel. So I'm Leslie, better known as A Reseller's Passion. I have a YouTube channel. I do have a podcast with over 200 and some episodes. Join me over on Instagram. I would love to hear from you. If you're on Clubhouse, hit me over there. And thank you so much. I've enjoyed meeting you and spending time with you.
All right, Miss Azzy.
Thank you guys so much. And thank you for sticking with me through all of the errors and stuff on my phone. I was like just a model for a second, but I just want to thank you both for having me on. Just great minds, and eBay is just such a great platform to, especially now more than ever, be more independent, be self-employed, and for your moms, be able to stay at home. You can find me at soulful_chic with 2 L's. I'm definitely more faith-based. I know the lady who mentioned she was depressed. Definitely we do prayer over there, just things to keep you motivated, especially during this time. And, regardless of your faith, we're welcome you over there. So thank you guys. And you also follow me on YouTube. And it's been a pleasure. And I hope to come back again. Hopefully I'm invited.
Yes, for sure. And if I forget to ask you guys, message me. Because sometimes I just forget. Because I like to have people back on. Like we have, several people that we have been bringing on that have come on. Like now, Julian's been on with me almost a year now as my co-host. And I've been running the show. Yeah, we're almost at a year.
Wow.
So even though he took off for a month to go fishing, but it's okay. I still let him come back.
I thought she was going to kick me off for good. I was a little scared.
No,
I've been off my channel for 3 months. I'm like so behind. And I'm like, I don't even know where to start again. So
it's hard. It's hard.
But I will have a birthday show. So if anybody wants to join me on July 20th, which is my birthday, I'm going to have a live with a lot of friends and trivia.
The baby's is July 23rd. It's right by yours.
Nice.
Well, thank you guys. We will be here again next Tuesday at the same time. We're on every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come see us. We will see you guys next week. Bye.